from San Diego. Hold on, Ellen Hill from San Diego. It's really warm and hot outside in San Diego. Why are you shivering so much?
Because I don't like that spider. Or tarantula, whatever it's called.
But you don't even know it.
I know, I've never seen one in life, I've not seen one in person. Just in the movies, and I don't like them from my TV set.
Walk over here with me.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So you have developed this fear or an idea that these tarantulas somehow can hurt you. A little bit or a lot?
A lot.
And where did you get that information from?
TV.
TV. So there hasn't been an incident where one has eaten one of your friends or family members?
No.
Just what you've seen on TV? So the references that you have around tarantulas are what?
Lies.
Lies? So the references that you have around tarantulas are lies, and yet you're shaking in my arms.
Yep.
You want to dance?
No.
No? So are you okay if we bring on Dr. George Pratt to help you with reframing some of your thoughts and beliefs around tarantulas and just giving it your best effort to see if we can help you lower the fear of you and the tarantula?
Okay.
And are you okay if we try and maybe even help you hold this beautiful tarantula that's loving, caring, and kind? Would you let us try with you?
Yeah.
Would you be committed to doing your best? How many of you think she can do this if she gives it her best effort? I think so too. Okay. So, are you a little nervous and scared? Is that why you're crying?
A lot, yeah.
Okay.
But I would do it.
I will do it.
I will do it.
Okay. So, what I've heard is that you're not just interested, you're committed to doing it. How many of you are willing to be this committed to getting up? She's shaking. She's crying because of an idea she has and references she has from tarantulas and TV. Somewhere, somehow, she got conditioned and programmed to have this visceral feeling, and we know that there's a challenge with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to let you do some breathing exercises. Can I get a chair for Ellen? Can I get a chair for Ellen? 2 chairs we're actually going to need. What I want you to do is, you know what Mark taught before? Just with a little breathing exercise.
Okay.
Just relax and do some deep breathing. I'm going to do this for you, okay? Close your eyes. What I would like you to do is just focus on the bell. While Ellen is doing that, we also have another part to this fear factor. And how many of you love snakes? Now let's do the same thing. How many of you is there anybody here that is really petrified of snakes or has been, that would like to be chosen to overcome that fear? One of the keys, all right, to achieving success is you have to be ready to pay that switch cost. You've got to be ready to face that fear, that challenge, before anything will work. Or you'll just come up with stories and excuses and reasons why not. I'd like to have Jad up, clap your hands. And those who would like to see Jennifer overcome her fear, clap your hands. We haven't even chosen you yet. But come on up. Jad, come on up. So, the fact that they're up here for doing this, okay, Jad, nice to have you up here. Let's move over a little bit. I think he might be shaking more than you were. So, You what?
I'm controlling myself.
You're still controlling yourself? Take a deep breath for me. Release. I want you to go to your left frontal lobe here. This one's going to go to all the danger. This one's going to go to all the way to calm yourself and all the solutions. Where did you get your fear of snakes from, or fear of 15-foot snakes?
I guess TV too.
TV. They're watching the same damn channel. So how long have you had this fear of snakes?
Not only TV. I know
hold this.
Snake can be deadly too.
You think so? Snakes can be deadly.
Yeah.
You've watched it on TV.
Yeah, and read about it also.
You've read about it also. And how long have you had or known that you've had this fear of snakes?
Since ever.
Since ever.
I can remember.
Okay.
I cannot even see a snake on a TV.
You cannot even see a snake on TV.
I close my eyes.
You close your eyes. And that's why you have some tears in your eyes right now. Right? So this is we have a cardiac surgeon in the house. Your heart is beating very fast, right? So what did we learn about the amygdala and the response mechanism in the brain? Think of the Navy SEAL movie, right? As soon as something conscious or unconscious is put in your way, that you're aware of or not, blood pressure goes up, heartbeat starts to increase, sweating starts to occur, tearing may occur. And that is the amygdala firing all cylinders, going fear, danger, fight, freeze, or run. Both of you would prefer to run or freeze, right, versus deal with this issue, right? How much power do you think, personal power, it would give you to be able to conquer just even a little bit of this fear? A lot. Are you willing to do it?
Yes.
Are you willing to try your very best? Are you willing to take instruction, commit to the process, and let us help you overcome what's happening in your body?
I already started.
There we go. So he's already started. And so what's the process for each one of you? First, make the decision. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. You make the decision first. All right, so once you have a seat, what I'd like you to do, Chad, thank you very much. Let me introduce you to one of the world's leading experts, psychologist, former chairman of Scripps Memorial Hospital here in San Diego. He's got one of the busiest practices in the world. Patients and athletes and individuals from all over the world come in to see him. He's been a dear friend first, then we started doing some work together, and he's just masterful, and more than that, he's got a heart of gold, and he fits perfectly into what we're looking to do, is just to help people master their own lives. And so let's give a really warm, amazing welcome to Dr. George Prett. A standing ovation for George. Come on. Come on, George. So, since George is the expert, then I'm going to let George do what George does best. One of my rules that I learned 30 years ago, one of the first lessons that I learned was hire people who play at things you have to work at. Hire people who play at things you have to work at. George, the stage is yours.
Thanks, John. Can you hear me?
I can hear you right here, but they can't because
Okay,
your mic's
testing.
not on.
Okay, we need a consultant. Okay, got it. Can you hear me now? Yes and no. There we go. Okay. Well, John, you did an outstanding job of helping prepare them. You were using some cognitive behavioral techniques which are very solid. You were helping people kind of reframe their thoughts, seeing it from a different perspective. You were changing some of the biochemistry by changing how they think. So that's part of what you're learning to do, and you're going to be learning to do this for yourself. And we'll do some of that tomorrow and beyond when we talk about clearing blocks and traumas, et cetera, so that you can be even more successful. So those are really great critters you have. They look so real. Jeez, unbelievable. Wow. And what happens is, as you know from hearing Mark, that we have two parts to our central nervous system. The parasympathetic that calms us down, the sympathetic gears us up. These people are both geared up. Hi, Ellen. I'm George. Thank you so much for being up here.
Thank you.
And Jad, George. So there's enough overlap between both of what's happening to you that let's go ahead and just do some things together. Am I blocking? I'll try not to block them. Chad, maybe we can just stand up for a second, just bring you over. I don't want you to feel like you're left out. Thank you. So now normally what I do is I take a problem-oriented history and I would ask many of the questions that John was asking. Basically, what is your experience with these critters, and have you ever been bitten, etc.? And the answer was TV. Okay, we're going to go on from there. But TV is very powerful, and imagery affects our whole central nervous system. So we're just going to kind of proceed to some interventions and see if you're a little bit better. So on a 0 to 10 scale when we started, Ellen, you were like a 30 on a 10. Yeah. So nice of you to come up. What courage. You really have courage.
Well, I'm on a journey that I want to change.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Let's make sure everybody can capture all this.
Yeah.
So if Chad, if you're going to talk, we'll pass the mic over.
I'm just on a journey to change my life.
Yes.
I will be 59 in September, and I don't want to spend the rest of my life, whatever I have left, forever not finding who I am as a person and being the best I can be, so that when I am on my deathbed, I will have no regrets.
Thank you. Did you want to say anything? Okay. That's beautiful. And let's see about making your life even better, because as you feel better about this, you're going to feel better no matter whether the improvement is slight, medium, a lot, whether you want to become zoologists and work with Mike. And who knows? Crazier things have happened. Let me make a list. But nevertheless, so the first thing we're going to do is, and you can all do this too if you'd like. You can think about if something's bugging you. And I'm just going to do a little grounding. This will take 60 seconds. Put both your feet flat on the floor, because when you get really anxious, with the limbic system going wild and all the stress hormones, cortisol, epinephrine, norepinephrine, you're getting flooded. So let's just do a little grounding. And just put your hands over your abdomen, feet flat on the floor, and just create an image. And imagery is a language of the subconscious. So just imagine connecting an image between a connective cord from your abdomen to the center of the earth. And from the center of the earth connecting back to you, helping you to feel solid and secure. For about a minute. And just breathe in relaxation, nice big deep breath in. And then hold for a moment, and then exhale very slowly. Because the respiration changes everything too, as you're finding out. So just slow, deep breathing, connected to the center of the earth. Okay, and just for a moment, I'm going to have the two of you just rub a spot. It's kind of in the Pledge of Allegiance position. You're just going to think right there. I want you to imagine putting into a healing basket in front of you. You're going to put in any fear regarding the ISIS and anything regarding snakes. You're going to have your own separate healing basket. That's the target. What that does, that helps us remove it from you to an exterior position, and it separates you. So you're going to think of your healing basket, you're going to have yours, and you're going to put in all the feelings about it, including all the TV training that you had with this, and all of the thoughts. And let's just go ahead and make this really effective. And let's put in all the resonance from anything else that has kind of indirectly, subconsciously fed this, okay? We're going to put it into the healing basket over there, okay? So we're dumping all of that. And you're going to rub the spot, and your spot over here, Jad, is going to be about right here. It's firm. There's a nerve bundle there, and the nerve bundle you're going to press nice and firmly. Just let the words go through you, and just think, I deeply accept myself. Yeah, I deeply accept myself 10 times. You're thinking of the healing basket. I deeply accept myself. I deeply accept myself. I deeply accept myself. You're doing great. I deeply accept myself. 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 And I deeply accept myself. Okay. Now, are you still at a 30, Ellen?
Now it's gone down.
What do you think you are on a 0 to 10 scale? 20 on a 10-point scale. Okay, we're really rocking now. Okay, so you're very funny, Ellen. Even when you're stressed, you're funny. So you're going to be successful. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is let's tap on the outside eye position. These are little acupressure points. And, yeah, just tap on the ends of the eyebrows. And so Mark and I were talking Sunday night for an hour and a half about just tap away. They're listening to me. You just tap away, close your eyes, think of your healing basket, and think of that healing basket just kind of dissolving and losing its oomph. Just tapping away beautifully. And we're talking how some of these techniques that use some tapping and some of the Eastern traditions, why they're so effective, and the theories are really kind of controversial, but his thought was that it's part of the rhythmic nature, activating the motor cortex, and there's lots of possibilities. Yeah, you're doing just great, and you're going to continue to keep deep breathing, Ellen, and you, Jad, got the healing basket, and things just kind of declining there. And it has been proven to reduce cortisol, the main stress hormone. Just tapping away. So if after today you forget everything, just remember, if you tap on the outside of your eyebrows for a while, you're going to feel calmer. Just don't do it while you're driving. I think somebody was doing that on the way here. So just tapping away. Jad, how are you doing? What do you think your number is? What is your number 0 to 10? If 10 was the stress, the worry with the snakes when you started, what do you think you are now? You're still 10. Okay. All right, so let me have you stop tapping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have you follow my fingers for a second. You're going to lock your head. Don't move it. And where do you feel the tension regarding the snakes?
Mostly
Right.
here and my hands.
Okay, I want you to think of those two areas. You're going to lock your head. You're going to follow my fingers. Here we go. And just breathe, too. Nice deep breath. Focus on the exhale. Go ahead, keep tapping. You're smiling, Jad.
The tapping.
Okay. Okay, take a nice deep breath. What are you noticing now? Better. What do you think your number is?
Sorry.
What number are you? 8. Okay, we're getting along the same. What do you think you are? You were at 20, down from a 30.
When I was tapping the second time around, I kept focusing on the number 5.
Down to from a 30 to a 5. You rock, Ellen. Full of courage. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. This is not the seminar. Keep tapping. No, seriously, you're right on. This is not the seminar. Tap dance your way to social ridicule. No, this is the real deal. And you're going to be a Jad of all trades here in a moment. Just keep tapping. I'm trying to make you laugh or something. Okay, so you keep tapping there. You're doing great. Now I want you, and what I'm doing is I'm doing a little eye movement, which is a variant of eye movement desensitization reprogramming. And it's essentially creating some new associational pathways in the brain. So go ahead, and now I'm going to, you keep tapping there. Go ahead and watch my fingers here. And go ahead and think about you're doing great, by the way. You're just thinking about that, your healing basket, and your breathing. Seeing everything more in perspective. And just feeling more empowered. And maybe even a little protective white light all around you. It's always going to be around you, kind of from the sun. You're doing great. Just being grateful for your courage and curiosity and desire to learn. And just kind of seeing things in a new, fresh way. Almost like a fog is clearing, everything's sparkling clean, you're sparkling clean, wonderful new, fresh perceptions. Just like a fresh start. Okay, Ellen, how are you feeling now? Good? Mm-hmm. What do you think your number is now?
I was focusing on I can hold the ISIS.
You can hold ISIS. Wow, that's pretty good from when you were 40 down there, and then 30 up here. Wow, that's tremendous.
Well, if I were him, the snake's a lot bigger than ISIS. So
Yeah, right.
I would be tapping too.
You know what? John, are these plants? Are they going to get their own sitcom? Let's co-executive produce it together because they are so darn good. No, keep tapping, Jad. Jad, what's your number now? Less.
I cannot precise, but less.
Well, just kind of 5. 5, okay. Beaten into a submission at a 5. Okay. Both have great senses of humor, too. And so, I've never tried to do this with 2 people before. John?
You're supposed to be the expert.
In 1 minute, I'll tell you a funny story about Carmen Electra. But, all right, so this time, usually we'd be doing this in a little less obvious circumstance, but for John, we go out of our way, for fear factor. You're going to follow each one of my fingers. You're going to think about the residue of the problem, okay? You're thinking about what's in the healing basket. Great. Just keep following the target. Just thinking about that sense of protection with a little white light around you, fog clearing, and just feeling a greater sense of positive energy, new possibilities leading to success. If you conquer this in a few minutes, there's nothing you can't do. Okay. How are you doing, Ellen?
Good. I'm so dizzy I'll hold anything.
These setup lines are too good, but I'm going to be good. That's right. Jad, how are you feeling? Better. What do you think the range is? Nothing specific.
I love snakes.
Usually with the little lemon sauce, I think, is... what do you... I get you at about a 2, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, and you're going to hold your head. I want you to just... I just want you to look out at these nice people and feel all the love. I want everybody to send love to Ellen's heart for all of her hard work. And you're going to get a 2, Jad, but I'm going to do something with you. She's 0. And then we're going to go install some positives. But, and you could send it around me. I just have to stand in. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to follow my finger. Okay, and you're thinking about the little residue and anything that relates to it. So this will have a general clearing. And by the way, this isn't fully finished. This is going to continue feeling even better over the next 10 hours, which is cool. And also for you. Okay, so hold your head nice and steady. You think about any of the residue and just feeling lighter and brighter. You're doing great. It takes a lot to come up here and volunteer. Seven times as many people fear being on stage, generally as fear death, so these critters are nothing for you when you're courageous like this. How are you feeling now? What does the number feel like?
I'm not afraid, I'm worried.
Okay.
I'm just thinking that in details, I need to know a few seconds before I see the snake. I don't want to be a surprise. And then I'm starting visualizing myself with the snake. So.
Beautiful. And in fact, you're a very smart guy, Jad. And so we're not going to surprise you or anything else. So it's these kinds of techniques. I get to work with, as John said, some incredible folks and lots of regular folks like myself. Well, not that I'm regular, but, you know, as my friends and John would tell you. But these tools are so helpful and to empower people. I'll be using these tomorrow and more to unblock you. Everybody's going to have a chance together to help you to move through your greatest blocks to success. And yeah, it'll be a fun time. You'll have a good time. No snakes, none of that stuff. So it's appropriate. These techniques, if you have a block or if you have something that's fearful that you have to be aware of, and it doesn't make you stupid. It does not just completely wipe out the data banks. It makes you clear, but with still using the parts of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, so you can still think and use appropriate judgment and insight. So it actually makes you smarter, in essence, because you don't have the emotional blocks, but you have the awareness and the judgment, which is great. So is that kind of what's happened, the really powerful feelings you've gotten? It just kind of would be natural to have some anticipatory feelings. Yes, you're like thinking about what's next with it. Okay, so no surprises, and you don't have to do anything. You've already been fantastic. Let's go ahead and install some positive thoughts. Would that be okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go ahead and tap the outside of the eyebrows. There, you too. Close your eyes. And I want you to see yourself, Jad, just whether it's observing. We have a smaller version, or just whatever you want to do, just observing or petting or wanting to take home and start a farm at home, whatever you like. Just see yourself having fun and just feeling more empowered. And Ellen, just seeing yourself relaxing, having fun. You're here to grow and learn and have fun learning. So just see yourself having fun and taking this, what you're doing right now, and putting this in your subconscious and conscious minds to empower you for the future, to feel courageous, clear, more solid, secure, strengthened. You know, if you can be in front of several hundred people, number one, volunteering, and facing one of your biggest fears, and then you're not exactly certain what's happening, and just doing this is going to empower you for the rest of your life. You can think back to this moment. This will be on your special highlight reel for empowerment, that you can do anything. And actually, if you can do this, you really can. So now index fingers together. Mm-hmm. So just tapping the inside fingers together. And I want you to just see yourself being successful, not only with your healing basket and seeing the spider or touching it or whatever you want to do, or the snake, or looking at it or touching it or having a photograph taken with it, whatever you want to do. The small one or the larger one, whatever. I want you to see yourself just having fun and feeling empowered, worthy, worthwhile, capable, sturdy and strong, and just feeling like you can trust yourself now at a deeper level as a result of overcoming this block. What happens when you overcome a block that you've had, it clears other blocks within the personality and the subconscious. It's like sending a clearing ripple pattern through the subconscious, where in general you feel more empowered and worthy. So nice and firmly there, Jad. And I want you just feeling lighter and brighter and more empowered and worthy. And now one hand over the forehead, one hand over the back of the head, frontal occipital holding here, and stimulating the frontal part of the brain and the occipital part, and good for visualization. And I want you to see yourself being successful with each of your targets, whether you want to have a photograph taken or just explore or hold or whatever you feel like. But just feeling like this is going to be a memorable day in front of your friends, beamed around the world, and just feeling empowered, worthy, strong, capable, with a big smile. All right. How are you feeling?
Good. I feel great.
Great. Would that help? It's a big release, isn't it? Chad, I'll just ask you, how are you feeling? Good. You're feeling positive just about what you've already taken away from today. Okay. Ellen, can you tell us what you're feeling? Would you share that with us, honey?
I just see great things in my future that I was not able to. I've always wanted it, but never felt worthy of it, or never thought I could do it. But just now, for the first time, I saw my future so clear and so bright, and I know I can do great things. And I'm looking forward to it.
Wow. That's great, honey. Well, you've already won. You've already won any contest, because you're both incredible people. And so I'm so delighted to think about me watching you back there when you're trying to hide from the guards, to being up here, to now having had this this shift, this transmutation. I'm so thrilled for you. And this is just the beginning, because once you know you can do this, you go, I can do that. So you're willing to try things. Because when you have confidence, if you think, what is anxiety? What's the exact opposite of anxiety? confidence that things are going to be okay. Now, what's in your way? Okay? All righty. All right, Mike? Pardon?
We'll start with Isis.
Sure, yeah, start with Isis. And I'll hang out here by you guys.
Everybody send your loving energy and power and thoughts to Jad and to Ellen
sure.
as well, and to Isis as well. Animals feel, okay, and respond to our energy. All right? Animals do. So just pay close attention.
But I'm not going to give you a reason. So the question was, will she bite me? And the answer always is, anything with a mouth can bite you. Do you give it a reason to bite you? So the thing is, what I need you to do is stay grounded. Because now, this is where the rubber meets the road. You're going to actually see and perhaps hold her. So what I need you to do is go deep inside of yourself. And I need you to look at a place called compassion. Because this is an animal just like you and me. Just making a living, out there eating, finding a mate, drinking water, doing all the things that we do. And we're all interconnected. We're all one. And remember, she's very, very fragile. So if you have the urge to strike out, I need you to go deeper and hold yourself back. Can you do that for me? Perfect.
Breathe, Ellen.
Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in through the mouth. Out through the nose.
I'll start just by getting her close.
Okay.
Okay? And if she moves quickly, stay calm.
Okay.
Doing great. Breathe. Go deep inside. Look at that place of compassion. She deserves to live just like you and me.
Doing great. Doing great.
Very good.
I love you. I love you, Isis.
Sending love.
I love you. Oh, come on.
She loves you too.
She's scratching. Oh.
Defensive mechanism.
Okay. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Good girl. All right.
Keep breathing, Ellen.
Just breathe in relaxation, out tension. You're doing great. Just send love. Just send love.
Jad, breathe.
Just breathe. You're doing great. Just breathing, relaxing, just sending love. Just so great.
Excellent. How was that?
She's cute.
Just breathing. You're doing great.
going to be fine. How does she feel?
I like her. She's soft. She's actually cute.
So what are you going to do the next time you see a spider?
I don't know. Probably hold it.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Put it outside.
Perfect. Because they're just here to make a living. And we're all in one web. We all live together.
Thank you.
Breathe. Breathe. Go deep inside. Deeper. How's that?
Interesting.
What does she feel like?
Good.
Are you afraid of her?
No. Compassion was an interesting word you said.
It's the key.
Yeah, you shift perception.
It is absolutely the key.
Y'all hear what he said? Compassion
Is
was a key
absolute-
word necessary for a shift to occur.
I was much better with the exercise we did before, but once I started thinking compassion, it was 10 times stronger.
Absolutely. Like I said, they're just here to make a living.
Yeah.
Just like you.
You can take it. She might want to stay.
She might.
Thank you, Mike. Bring Wilma up. Small ones. Okay. So we have Jad. You have a choice for us to bring Wilma back up. Yes. Huh? You want a picture with Wilma? What will it mean to you to overcome that fear? Strength. So overcoming the fear will give him strength. And when you have strength, then what will you be able to do in the world? Anything you choose. And are you committing to have that strength to do anything you choose? Yes?
Yes.
Mike, are we okay bringing Wilma out? Absolutely. All right.
You could have your hands full.
Now, I want to just help frame this. I know that the process is taking some time, maybe a little more time than you like, but what's the price tag of not overcoming your fears? What's the price that comes with not having full strength? What's the price of not having your ultimate confidence and certainty that you're paying right now? We're obviously using this as a metaphor and taking two individuals who can go deep inside and say, I'm ready to overcome this fear, because overcoming this fear is worth more to me by doing it. So you may think, God, this is taking a long time, but if you have ever had a phobia or a fear that's real or imagined, you're dealing with a neural network and pathway. You saw what they were like before, and you see how they're calm right now. Do you know why? Because they're getting some expert guidance on how to get into the right frame of mind with some techniques. You're going to learn a variety of different techniques. Some of them you're going to go, that's stupid, that's silly. Great, that one may not be for you. But there is one or two or three that you'll pick up over the next few days that will be the right one for you. That's not one size fits all. But you can see the difference in their breathing, in their calmness. We went from she was a 50 or a 40 sitting over there to thinking this tarantula 20 minutes later, okay, is cute. And walking on her arm, on her hand. So imagine, you might be thinking, saying, well, I don't have anything that I'm that fearful about. Good, you have less work to do. But once you learn the power of repatterning your brain, and you learn the power of being in control of the emotions that cause you to fight, flee, or to fight, flee, or freeze, and you get in control, you can achieve anything you choose. 2x, 3x, 5x your income, it doesn't become that difficult of a task because it's just strategies and tactics implemented. Okay? Everybody welcome Wilma with a lot of love.
You can clap all you want. They have no ears.
They have no ears. All right, Wilma. Can we get the microphone?
So what brought the fear?
Sorry?
Can we give
What
him a
brought the
microphone,
fear?
George? Give him
I don't remember.
one behind you.
Is she poisonous?
Were you bitten?
No.
Did somebody scare you with a snake?
I don't remember. Maybe I blocked the memory or something. I don't really know.
How long ago did you realize you were afraid?
Since I ever remember.
Since you were little.
Yeah.
So something happened very early.
Yeah. But the thing is, I was unable to see a snake even on TV. I close my eyes even on TV. So now it's already I'm feeling strong.
Your eyes are wide open
Yeah.
and they're bright. So go to that same place of compassion that you went with the spider.
Just one small
With
question.
with ISIS.
Is she poisonous?
She's not poisonous.
Okay.
A lot of people have fears of snakes due to mythology, just like Jad.
Yeah.
Because they think that every snake is poisonous, and every snake isn't poisonous. You know, there are the ones that we know here in the States, rattlesnakes, coral snakes, we know that. But they're not all poisonous. In fact, most of them are not poisonous. Will they bite you? Of course. They have a mouth, they'll bite you.
It's okay.
They have two things that they do. They're very, very primitive. They either flee or they bite. And if you corner them, they're going to bite you. If you just are calm and give them no reason to bite you, they won't. And so I've worked with Wilma with tens of thousands of kids, lots and lots of people more afraid than you, and work them right through it because she is just so calm. And she's the best teacher that I could ever use. So we'll get close.
Keep breathing.
I'm fine.
Hold on.
She's heavy.
Yeah, she is heavy.
Hope I'm gonna.
No, you're fine.
She weighs about 150, 175 pounds.
Just sit there. I'll take care of it. Very deeply.
What do
Very
you-
deeply. Oh, wow. Just let her sit on you. She's not slimy. She's not trying to attack you. She's just really, really vibing on you. So the calmer you are, the calmer she is. Now, I don't recommend going to the wild and doing this. Not a good idea. But always be respectful.
Yeah. Someone took a picture.
Someone take a picture. That's his big why.
I'm dreaming.
How's she feel?
She's so nice.
She's so nice, he said.
Do you want to try?
Oh, yeah. She's a little cold, but not too cold.
She's a little cold.
Yeah, but not slimy. No. That's good.
Sure, go ahead and just help out, Jad.
Oh, my. Oh, my God.
Ever thought of being a snake wrangler?
Hi, Wilma. Oh, look at her.
So she's just breathing. That's not hissing. You know when they're hissing when they're mad.
Hi, Wilma.
She's just breathing.
Oh, how cute. Oh.
How you doing now, Jad?
Great, more than great.
What can you do now? Now that you've overcome this fear, what can you do in the world?
Everything, I guess.
You feel empowered?
Yes.
What about you, Ellen?
And peace.
Everything. I
Everything.
can do everything.
You feel at peace,
Yes.
empowered.
Yes.
Give them an amazing round of applause. Come on.